car. He didn't go through the gate. His lawyer's in front of it, Amos and his wife, and they're praying, by the way. It's kind of stressful. And Amos is with his wife. She's had her head down a couple times. She's praying. A lot of people are praying. People in the hallway are praying, so it's all good. 3 sheriffs, all acting very well, protecting the people. The judge, I mean, he came out and said he read all these letters and all this. He seems like a little uneasy about it all. Then you got the state's attorney. She's doing her thing. He says that so there's 3 sheriffs, press is up front. They moved me back. Amos is behind the gate. So the first thing they said is Amos has no permits to sell milk. He has no permits to sell milk or cheese or anything like that. He has no permits. The first witness was called. Her name was Nicole Marks. She's 22 years on the Department of Agriculture, currently the division chief, and she has 100 field inspectors. She then repeated how all this thing about raw milk. They said, what's the definition of raw milk? She says it's anything unpasteurized. Okay, that's the definition. Then she said no milk, no permits. Amos has no milk, or he has no permits, so he shouldn't have milk, or something like that. She was nervous. Then they asked about the day of the search, which was January 4th. She said she got all these people in order. So it was a whole pre-planned event that happened. Okay, the whole thing was very well organized, and I don't think Amos saw it coming at all, or anybody, I don't know. So she said 7 employees went for the search warrant, accompanied by 2 state troopers. January 2024 search warrant. First page of the warrant said all things, raw milk, anything raw, all buildings in storage on property. 9 a.m. They went out with 2 troopers, Melissa White and 2 troopers, and Melissa Marks, that's who was testifying. Oh, this is funny. This is page 5, card 5. Nicole said there was a lot of raw milk. A lot! There's a whole lot of it! She wanted everyone to know there's a lot, so I put it in all caps. Oh, page 6. She had a lot of pictures of the raw milk. Okay?
This is what our tax dollars are going for.
Oh, we are, sir. I mean, taxpayers are, I can say. So then she went on about stuff. She said there was a white liquid and acted like it was all scary. Some white liquid was in somewhere. She didn't know what it was. She said there was colostrum, kefir, creme fraiche, raw whey, camel colostrum, raw cheese. And I think someone said yum.
Oh my God.
Then I was just writing as fast as I could. She said she saw an employee with bare hands that was hand capping milk, sitting on a bucket on top of a sewer drain. Here we go. Employee sitting on a bucket. Okay. Tanker was not inspected. Didn't have the right color sticker on the tanker on Amos's farm. It's a big problem. Nicole, milk not at proper temperatures. Boots had dirt on them. So when boots by the door had some dirt and maybe manure. So scary. She said there was raw yogurt on the floor and the room was hot. That's what she said. The room was hot. Said no washing. There was no washing up to some standard that she talked about for a long time. It was boring me. I couldn't tell you. It was like, you know, you got to wash it and rinse it, do all these things and use chemicals. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, but she said there was no washing. There was only rinsing. So that must be a different definition for the government. Washing and rinsing, I guess, are 2 different things.
Yeah, they want harsh chemicals washed, but he chooses not to. So they say it's rinsing.
But I don't know all the facts. They went into detail about that. They use it. She said they use a hose that's not the proper hose. She said it looked like a garden hose versus some hose that must be a standard the government sets. I really don't know. Then there's another farm called Sheep Fado. Something happened with them on 318. They did a photo. Oh, there's a big thing because they're labeling products as not for human consumption, and that's how they say they're getting away with it. Okay, so they did the whole thing. She's like, it looks like food that was. It's all written like something a human would eat, but it says not for human consumption. It was making me laugh because I look at pet food, and pet food looks like stuff we would eat, so that people buy it to make their pets fatter, you know, whatever it is. So she has certified milk testers. January 4th, they pulled 3 samples and 30 packages, total 33 samples. Then someone had a phone in the courtroom in the press. Now it's a big to-do for the judge. There's all this disruption. The sheriff's looking all around. Someone had a phone, you know. Like, oh no. So that happened. Then Kelly Klein, someone named Kelly Klein, transport and maintain the temperature of the samples. I put government stuff on. Sorry. CEO, blah, 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 blah. Got to laboratory, blah, 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 government stuff. Nicole left at 2:30. I guess she went home to the bar. They mentioned a wagon, a bulk tank, eggnog. They found an eggnog recipe, half a gallon. They found. Oh, this for some reason this is a big deal. Maybe you guys know, but they have They have in their possession. I guess the government took a half gallon of frozen milk and another half gallon of cinnamon milk. So they took that, I guess, and they were talking about it. It's getting very hot in there. There's a lot of people in the court. I mean, it's packed. It's tense. You know, I know we're laughing. It's kind of. It is a S show up there, I would say. But you know, it's just like you can't believe what you're hearing. When you look at the courtroom. All this stuff, and I kind of like eating stuff, but anyway, I'm not going to weigh in, but I like it almost. So anyway, okay, so this is the part you want to hear. So all these things happen, this lady tells this whole story, and she goes on, all the things I just told you, and then the state attorney finally says no further questions. Then Amos' lawyer gets up. Now Amos is sitting in the third row back. He's behind the gate. Amos' lawyer gets up and says, has there ever been any complaints or recalls against Amos Miller and the Amos Miller farm? She answers, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. So reframe the question and say, to your knowledge, you know, that as head of the Department of Agriculture, has there ever been a complaint? She said, no. Then she said, was anyone asked or couldn't view or see the inspection? She said, yes, a reporter was asked to leave. The judge says, what about Amos? Was he able to watch the inspection? She said, Amos did not cooperate. Oh. I wrote, boom.
Yeah.
Right.
He said, no further questions.
Is that Mark?
I don't know.
Bald guy?
Yeah, the lawyer.
Man.
Yeah, so that was it. And then I kind of got up and left.
What are they going to do with all the money they're raising, Amos and his attorney?
Who are you, sir?
I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question. I feel like I'm being persecuted. I
asking questions, man.
I just asked what they're going to do with all the money they're raising. How is that going to come?
All the money, how much?
Well, Amos said
You say that
What?
millions.
He didn't say they're going to raise $1 million.
Without people like you fucking with us.
Well, first of all, I'm asking a question.
Do you think he has millions of dollars?
Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. What's the question, sir?
The question is, how is this case, this is my question, how is this case going to help other small farmers? How is this case going to basically help the raw dairy industry?
It's easy. It's called freedom. You see all these other farmers here? They've been messed with because they've been killed by the department.
We want to hear you, sir.
So,
Please
okay.
proceed. He's just a troublemaker. You can wait till after he's done. Then ask questions.
I'm just asking a question.
Wait till he's done.
What's your question?
It's
My
called
question
lawyer
is,
speed.
how is this going to help other small farmers?
Sure. My
How-
answer is I don't know, but take a look around.
It's called fighting.
Any more questions?
Obviously, people are worried about being.
Yeah, I got lots more questions.
I'm done answering your questions. Anybody else?
Okay.
So I'm going to take a breather because it's very intensive for the guys. And then someone's going to continue. It's a good question. That's an excellent
It's
question.
going to
Thank you for
lawyer's
this question.
fees because the state's
What's that?
the case.
They said it's going to be 2 to 3 hours. I think it's going more quickly than they thought. They brought in 3 witnesses. Oh, let me read you one more card.
Yes.
You know, let me just say it like this. I was walking, the second witness came in, and then I was out in the hallway, because I've already told the people upstairs waiting in the hallway what I'm telling you now, okay? And then I saw the second witness come in, and I just think, I know it's uncomfortable, but we've got to take care of our bodies. You know, I've lost 40, 50 pounds in the last year because I learned from Amos and other people that know about healing each other and taking better care of our bodies. The witnesses up there are not a good example of that. They're diseased, they're slow, they're not strong, they're barely walking down the hallway to testify against Amos Miller. And I think that's not a very good witness of character, of class, of how we should treat each other. So that's just my 2 cents. I mean, I wrote something down on my notes about high fructose corn syrup and obesity and all the rest. But I'm not going to take advice from someone that moves like some of those witnesses up there, ever. All right, anything else? Oh, one more thing. After this is all over, I think it's important we gather as a community like this, and I don't want to be the only one talking. I want everyone else to talk. I'm sure you've been out here doing that. But after this, at the next block of that stoplight, you make a right. On the left, there's a French bakery. It's incredible, best pastries, great coffee. It's got a restaurant in the back. And so me and some of my friends are going, if you guys want to go over there after this is over, probably about an hour and a half more, that's where we're kind of going to hang out. That's what I've been telling people.
Are you aware of Amos inviting everyone to his farm?
Excuse me?
Are you aware of Amos is inviting everyone to his farm?
After this?
Yes.
I spoke to Amos. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, at 5. So everyone's going to go back. Does everyone have Amos Miller's address?
Online, it's on the website.
Okay, well, I need to get more people's information. I need more 3x5 cards. I communicate by federal mail. The last time I said more, 500 cops surrounded me, took me underground, men in black suits showed up, and I don't talk about that in public. I mail people things, because that's federally protected. So if you want me to mail you something, I put it on 3x5 cards, and that's how I communicate. I like to use the cards, it works well, but I gotta go more.